What's up, everybody? It's Charles here with Rocket Punch Army. Just got out of a long day of work to come home to this right here, which is the Maketoys, or Maketoys, not sure how to pronounce that yet, version 2N for Toon Gun Dog. You'll notice it's got some really nice little foil thing going on right there. Nice, beautiful box. This is obviously a G1 Hound. It's inspired by G1 Hound. Obviously, it's not called Hound since it's a third-party figure. The box is really nice. Got a lot of photography out back here. And thank you to everybody who voted on reviewing this before another third-party figure that you guys are going to be able to see in a little while. I gotta say, Hound has a special place in my heart, as it was my first G1 figure as a kid. You would think I would go for the regular toy version of this, and I did not. It would have been an easy pick for me to do that one because it was my first toy, but I've been leaning towards the whole cartoon look as far as the masterpiece that I collect. And my initial Hound that I wanted, third party, was the the fans toys, but who knows when they're going to come out with that. And I've just been hearing a lot of great stuff about this guy. Die-cast content, I love the way he looks, everything. So I said, you know what the hell, even if I get the fans toys one, at least it'll give me something to compare it with. So we're going to stop blabbing over here and just open this up because I'm so excited. I was kind of hoping he was in vehicle mode from the start, because I usually like to start off with the vehicles and end up with the coolest part of the whole set, which is the robot. And I wanted to give my first impressions, otherwise I would have just transformed it into the car and whatever. But oh my lord, this is, I know he's supposed to be masterpiece scale size, but it's still a little bit bigger than I imagined he would be, and I can already feel the heft. If you guys could only see the smile on my face. I'm completely happy so far. Well, obviously we're not going to leave him in there, but I want to go over the little bits here that he does come with. He comes with the weapons here and his shoulder-mounted cannon, and you'll notice they're painted silver. Well, the detailing is silver, whereas the other version of this has everything in chrome. That's another thing too. I love chrome, believe me, I love chrome, but because I want this guy to look cartoony, I think the chrome, it looks very toyish. And I'm speaking of this guy right here. It does look good, but I don't know. If I like this enough and the fans toys one isn't as good, maybe I'll pick this guy up also, because again, it was my first G1 toy, and this looks like my G1 toy, just tons cooler because it's fully articulated. But yeah, you get this little booklet here, which is obviously the transformation. Alright, so without further ado, let's pop this open. I believe it just has these little poppy things, which is a cool way of, having these figures laid out in the box, because you can always pop them back. There's no tape. I hate when things are taped up. Alright, so let's, woo! Whoa, this thing feels so nice. I can already feel the die cast in the legs. Wow, it's got nice die cast in the thighs over here, which I can feel. It's already cold. Are there die cast here? I feel some die cast, maybe. I'm not sure where else. I'm trying. Actually, the whole figure is cold, but it's much colder here in the thighs. I can't really feel anything else. I thought the feet were metal. I think they are. I think this is metal here too. This inside. Yeah, this is cold here. So it has a great feel to it. I mean, I really can't say much more about how great it feels. I mean, it's just, believe me, it feels really good. I'm sure I have to do some adjustment here on the shoulders to get it to look right, and I believe this goes on the back here. We'll go ahead and plug that in. Not sure if it's that way or this way. Actually fits a little bit better. And I do believe you can also pop this in on the arm here, right? Yeah, it's also got a tab for the arm. I don't think I'll leave it that way. I prefer it back here, even though it's like a separate little piece. I just prefer to peg it there. But guys, look at this. Let me just pan down a bit. There's no way in hell anybody could tell me this thing looks like crap, unless you're not into this design. So I know there is another Hound that's coming out by TFC, and honestly, I don't like it. I don't like anything about it. It really looks just like full-blown CAD. There's no round, there's no organic feel to it. There's no soul, pretty much, on a TFC one, from what I've seen so far. I did catch Ben Collectibles' review. I skimmed through it quick because I didn't have time, and I just didn't like what I saw. But this one, you know, it's got soul to it. I mean, it looks good. It looks like it jumped off the TV screen. You know, as much as you can say that about something so detailed, it does have a good G1 feel to it. And I like the fact that, you know, there's straight lines, there's round bits. You know, it has a lot of character, and I do like the fact that it does look like you know, what do you expect it to look like. I know some people complained about his head or his face. They said it kind of looks like Donald Trump. Let's see. I don't know. I don't see it. I don't think it looks like Donald Trump at all. But all kidding aside, guys, I am digging the face sculpt here. You know, the head, it's the square shape it's supposed to be. It's the way I envision him in my head. Everything. I'm so happy so far. Of course, you can't just get all happy from the initial impression. We obviously have to go ahead and start, you know, looking at, you know, the design, check for looseness, any kind of weird things that might really, you know, knock off a few points off the figure. So far, I can't find any. It just looks great. So what I want to do now is possibly touch on the articulation here. Here's the head. It's on a ball joint. As far as I can tell, yeah, it does look like a ball joint. Moves up and down this way, turns around side to side. We got the shoulders that come up. You'll see the way they separate here. I do like the design, even though they do separate, it still kind of fills up where this hole would be. The arms go forward and back. You also do get bicep swivel. You get the elbow, pretty much 90 degrees. That's as far as it goes. As far as waist, we got a waist here. There's no ab crunch. You could kind of fake that, and that's a little thing already that I've, you know, probably, I don't know if I'd call it a negative, but I just wish there was a way to tab this. It doesn't seem like there tabs into anything. It's just the wheels laying on there. Again, not a very big deal for me, but if I'm going to have to complain about something, it'd probably be that. We have the wrist articulation here. It's just a swivel. And then we have the typical masterpiece hands, which are the 4 fingers fused together with a pin here. But you'll see they do open up to allow holding of the weapon. If we move down to the hip area, we get the legs that go up. And if you guys aren't used to handling die-cast toys, please be careful when you bang this up against the plastic. And when you do bang it up against the plastic, a couple things can happen. One, the metal will, I guess, dent the edge. There's a very, I don't know if you can see it, pronounced edge right there, like a little straight line. When this bangs into it, I can already see what I did. I kind of dinged it a little bit. Not a big deal. I think the plastic is probably a little too soft to chip the metal here, the paint on the metal. It looks like a very high quality paint, I can tell you that right now. Having handled a lot of die-cast toys, I can tell you that's a high quality paint there. And as far as the knees, I think we have to move this back to be able to articulate the knees, which again, almost a 90, not completely a 90, but good enough. And the thigh swivel here, it's very tight, brand new, so it's very tight. And we do get the legs that go out that way. If we move down to the feet, you can get a nice angle depending on how far you want the legs to go. You get a very good angle there, and then the feet back and forth this way. I wanted to show you guys the way the weapons attach here. We're going to just raise this just a tad. We got the shoulder mounted cannon, which Hound has to have that. You're going to take the tire off there, fold this down, and you want to put this on the corner. See how this folds over? It goes over the corner here, just like that. Slides in very easily and stays there firmly. And then he's got his weapon. You can see the molding here, very old school looking. Right? And it's got the typical masterpiece tabs that go into the palms here. So we're going to go ahead and connect that. Pop that right in. I'm just trying to be a tad careful because I don't want to scratch the silver paint, but once you get it in, it's hold. Oh boy. Yeah, so popped his arm off. Don't know if that's been a complaint of anybody, but I popped his arm off. It does seem to wedge in securely. Hopefully that was just a one-time thing, I hope. So let's go back to the gun here. We'll wedge that right back in, close the fist there, and there he is with the gun and his weapon. A couple things, you can also attach this to the bottom. I think it's more for the, what do you call it, the toy looking version, where you can put this here just to have it be more toyish. I don't really want to attach that there. I don't find anywhere to attach this. And actually there is a spot for it. I just didn't realize it at first, but looking at the instructions, you'll see a little hole there where this tab fits into, and it was still a little awkward to put in there, and I realized this pivots here, so you can actually tab it right to the side right there, so you have a dual gun on his shoulder. And fold this up, you can also put the tire back on. So there he is. Alright, so we're going to do a little bit of a scale comparison. We'll just move this down. Just want to put here a side swipe so you can see he is scaling very nicely with the Autobot cars. We also got little Bumblebee here just for good measure, and of course we can't forget to scale him with MP10. So here he is next to MP10. I just love the colors. Look at the color. That's what I love about G1, is all these colors, which is why I really can't stand the Transformers in the Michael Bay movies. They're all black, look like broken glass, and even if they are the colors, they're the wrong colors. But anyway, that's a different subject. Doing scaling here, so very good scaling. We're going to also check out what he scales like with a larger size third-party figure. One of my favorites right here is a Fans Toys Tesla, which is absolutely beautiful figure also. And there's also another thing you can do with this figure, again more for the toy version, is where you can bring the shoulders down. As you may or may not know, the original G1 Hound had his shoulders like really low. So they allow you to recreate that. I'm not really going to do it on my figure because I'd probably save it if I do get this toy version. But you can see the shoulders, the way they drop compared to this. The shoulders are high up. These are right below the headlight. As much as I'd love to leave him in robot mode, he does have an alternate mode, which is the Jeep right here. Okay, there's no official licensing, but we all know it's a Jeep. The instructions are fairly nice. It's got some nice gloss paper. You can see everything's full color. So I'm going to take a look at this and we'll get started with the transformation. And here we are in the excellent Jeep mode, the alternate mode here. Again, kind of blown away in a way. I think I just expected less. It's not my first Maketoys release, but I haven't had any of the really good ones. So I was really surprised at the quality of this. I mean, they've gone leaps and bounds over what I've, had a chance to handle before. And they did it with one of my favorite characters. So I'm very happy that they executed this well. I think it looks good in Jeep mode. It does have that hole down here. You can see my finger. But as far as hiding panel lines, you got this little thing going on here. It doesn't. I don't know. It can be a bit distracting, I guess, if you're looking to have something very smooth. But I think it looks absolutely great. It's got rubber tires, and the thing rolls beautifully. Look at this. There's nothing scraping on the ground here. Even underneath, it's rather clean. You can tell it's a robot, but it actually is rather clean. I like the detailing of the taillights here. They've taken a few liberties just to make it not exactly like a Jeep, but as far as I'm concerned, this is a Jeep. And I love the fact that none of the tabs that hold this together, and it's, by the way, held solidly. I've only had a chance to transform it this one time. I don't see this getting loose anytime soon. It doesn't have any of those iffy tabs, and what I mean by iffy tabs are those kind of tabs where you're thinking to yourself as you're putting it together, yeah, these are going to be one of those tabs that are going to snap off. I didn't have any of that feeling going on. Now you could attach the rest of the things here. We're going to put the tire here, right? The spare tire, just to make it more Jeepish. This will go here. This tabs right in. This one here. Now this one in the instructions kind of looks like it's laying in the middle, pointing up. I really can't figure out what to do with this. There are holes there, like right here But I don't know, I can't really figure out how it goes. The instructions aren't too clear, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. It's actually right here. You see the red gun is the one I'm talking about. It doesn't really, it's just like right in the middle. There's really nothing there to peg it in. I hope it's nothing really obvious, but hopefully someone can help me out. I don't know where that goes. It looks like it might go here. It doesn't really get held on though. I don't know if maybe it pegs into the side of this gun. No, it's still kind of loose. Yeah, not sure exactly what goes on there, but other than that, absolutely beautiful. We're going to do a scale comparison with other vehicles. And here he is next to some Autobot cars. Does he scale with them? I don't necessarily think so. You know, judging by the rims here, Jeeps don't really have huge rims, and you compare it to the rest of the cars. And if you really picture someone sitting there, it might be a little too big to fit in the other ones. I don't know. I really don't have any pictures of these cars lined up together, so I would just have to say from off the top of my head, I don't think they really scale together. But do they look good together? Yeah, of course. I mean, they look really nice together, especially in robot mode. But if you're really picky with scaling and vehicle modes, take a look. See if it's something you like. And he very well may be the first Autobot car I have that actually clears this ramp without rubbing into it. You'll notice the bumper clears, it rolls up very smoothly, and it actually does fit. It does hit up here, but who cares about that? It actually fits very nicely. This is what it looks like in there. So very cool. Guys, what more can I say? It's honestly a very nice piece. If you've been contemplating maybe holding off for other ones, but you like what you see, I definitely recommend it. I have no issues with this thing. Even the little couple of issues it has are very minor. And overall, the execution is beautiful. It's got excellent die-cast content. Not so much where it's going to turn off Transformers collectors, and not so little that die-cast collectors can't enjoy it. I've done nothing but gush over this guy throughout the whole review, and it's well deserving. I mean, it's a great figure. You know, I see a lot of high-end stuff, a lot of low-end stuff, and this it makes me happy. And I'm so glad I have it, and I do highly recommend it if you like Hound. He hasn't gotten much love in the past, and whatever he has gotten has never been like the definitive Hound. I don't know if I want to say this is the definitive, but as far for you know, what's out there right now, yeah, I gotta say this is again my first G1 Transformer, so I'm a little more biased towards this character. So yeah, if you guys want to grab it, there's a link in the description below, the Big Bad Toy Store. Go ahead, use that link to get it. And if you're enjoying the videos, make sure to subscribe, maybe like the video, share with your friends, you know, help this channel along so I can bring you more videos in the future. Any questions or comments, you can leave them below. Until next time, bye-bye.